Okay, I'm making this video today to tell you how to fix the inconsistent lights on early Stern and early Bally pinball machines. And what I'm talking about is, like, you see this light's all nice and lit up and stuff, but then you touch it and it goes out or it comes back on. It's just not consistent, and sometimes they just go out, completely, and you're like, hey, why does it work sometimes and sometimes it doesn't? And the answer, there's one that does that. It did work a second ago, and now it doesn't. So basically what's happening is you've got a bad connection, and the bad connection usually comes from corrosion. So here's like a brand new socket, right? And lights are simple. You got two wires, one on one side, one on the other, and then it transfers the power to the socket, that spring in the middle, and then the outside of the body. And if you've got corrosion or a bad connection somehow, the light doesn't light or it's inconsistent. So here's one of the ones I pulled out of this game, and actually the middle spring actually popped right out. That middle spring should be attached essentially, or make good contact with this copper or brass center to transfer the power from there, or from the wire to the light bulb. And also the other part of it is right on the edge, right there where that little cut is, the little nub of the lamp socket has to have a nice tight connection there. And if the corrosion's there too, it won't help it either. So first thing is I'll usually just use a wire brush with a drill and just wire brush the insides. And if it's not too bad, that can usually fix it. Okay, if that doesn't fix it because it still is inconsistent or not working, the other more extreme step is to actually do some solder right to the back of the spring. So here's a brand new socket. So what I'm doing is I'm putting solder, and you can see this one actually is like, this spring touches this brass, which is connected to this end, which is connected to this wire. Whereas this one actually has that little insulating pad in between it. So you're not soldering this one to the spring. Okay, this one actually goes to the body of the lamp socket, the outside edge of the lamp socket, and then the other one goes to the spring. So you put a dab of solder from here to here to actually let the electricity flow from one to the other. Now the trick is to actually do that and still be able to take the light bulb in and out. So you can see I did this one, and I can still take the light bulb in and out, and it still makes good contact. And sometimes it's just difficult to do, and it's kind of a little trick. You just have to put a light bulb in there, heat up the pad. I can't really do this with one hand, but you heat this up with the light bulb in there, the spring pops out, and then what you do is you heat it up again with the light bulb in there. Take like a flathead screwdriver while you're heating it up, push the spring in, and then let go of the or pull the heat off, and that way then let it cool for 5-10 seconds, and then it should remain in place. And then you can still get the lamp in and out and make good contact. And once you do that, that should pretty much solve any connection issues that you have. And then when you turn it on, all of your lights work. And I'm in the middle of doing this one, but I've had lots of people ask me those questions, and I just wanted to show you, what I do to get these things to work, and then also be nice and bright. They're not half dim, and everything's good.